Well, we across everything, we're closing in on 200 million subscribers.
Jeez!
Yeah, because
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy. I tied up an FBI agent. If he steals this $100,000 from me before midnight, he keeps it. I spent $2.5 million on this private jet and had 11 YouTubers put their hands on it. This is $500,000 in cash, and whichever one of them I tag last keeps it. 10. I just bought this house and I'm literally selling it for $1. That truck that just drove by could have pulled in with $1 and bought this house. I'm gonna spend the next 50 hours buried alive in this coffin. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever done.
MrBeast 6000.
Yay!
MrBeast 6000.
Welcome back to Money Talks. Today we're going to take a look at the most famous YouTuber on the planet, MrBeast, and his advice on making money on YouTube. He's the richest YouTuber out there with a channel value of over $1 billion. And in this video, we're going to tell you how he went from making gaming videos in his bedroom to becoming a celebrity philanthropist and wealthy entrepreneur.
When you were younger, called you
imagine
obsessed.
spending 10 years of your life only thinking about one thing every waking hour of the day.
MrBeast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, was born on May 7th, 1998. His family in Greenville, North Carolina, where he and his brother CJ grew up, was not very well off. It wasn't easy to tell, but no one could have predicted that one day this determined kid will become a YouTube phenomenon, inspiring philanthropist and viral celebrity with his courageous efforts. When he was only 13 years old, he boldly entered the world of YouTube creators in February of 2012 under the name MrBeast 6000.
Their creators and how they were growing.
Yeah, back when I did Call of Duty commentaries. Yeah.
So you would play Call of Duty and then you would talk about other creators.
I was,
I thought that was really interesting to watch.
Studied so hardcore. Like I don't remember the YouTuber's name, but some YouTubers ad revenue, he was hacked and it was leaked, and it showed that he made like 300 grand over 3 years.
He started off making videos about video games like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, where he was given the random username MrBeast 6000. But he soon began analyzing the career of other gaming YouTubers for content. He found a passion for learning how YouTube works. He didn't know it at the time, but he was giving himself an education into YouTube, learning that would lead him to become the most famous YouTuber alive.
It's OP when you just do it and you just study year after year after year after year, and you learn from every mistake, and you have other people doing it and you're teaching each other. And like if you want to be a YouTuber, if you're watching this, right?
Jimmy rose to YouTube fame thanks to a series of viral content that people all across the world love. He shocked the globe at the beginning of 2017 with a video of a non-stop count to 100,000 that lasted for 2 long days.
You know the secret behind that? Why I did that?
Yes.
So do you watch anime? I was like, how do I make money while I consume 700 episodes of this goddamn show? And then I just was brainstorming. I was like, what if I just film myself counting while I watch Naruto? So then I just literally turned on my webcam and I watched it for 24 hours straight while counting. And that was my way of making money while I watched the show.
He sped up parts of the video just to have it all done in one day, showing just how far he was willing to go to realize his vision.
Yeah. So 100,000 is like 40 hours. But the thing is, the first 10,000 are easier. The further you get, the bigger the numbers are. And certain ones just are less syllables.
See, have you ever talked about that anywhere?
This particular video is currently at 28 million views, which pales into comparison to the views of some of his other videos.
The thing is, every video gets so many views now. So like an average video is probably getting 70 million views. So
his entertaining character was in the early stages becoming a viral sensation, and he had built momentum. He quickly grew an impressive following of 30,000 subscribers.
Yo, Carl, you need this pool noodle? I got you.
Dude, this is a new shirt.
It's okay, come on, let's go.
Subscribe button.
These incredible achievements, in addition to his risky attempts such as using 100 megaphones to break glass or battling health problems to remain immersed underwater for a whole day, cemented his fame and catapulted him to new heights. But that doesn't mean it was smooth sailing for MrBeast. First, Jimmy had to persuade his friends and family that becoming a YouTuber was a real job.
Everyone's telling me you're stupid, you're very awkward, why would you make it? There's millions of people trying. And I just remember being like, I don't know, I just like it. I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna die trying kind of thing. 'Cause also I was a big pussy back then. But it's gotten to the point where she just accepts it. I mean, we've ran out of money many times and had to get a loan to keep going or whatever, but she just knows I'm not gonna stop. So years ago, she just gave that up.
She just gave it up.
He's well, and obviously now that we're this big,
Jimmy's mother was completely clueless of the workings of YouTube or her son's online activities. She wanted him to succeed academically and in a solid career, as do most parents, and she persuaded Jimmy to further his education by attending a university.
I graduated high school and my mom was like, either move out or go to a community college. And I didn't have enough money to move out, but I hated school with a passion. But she forced me to go to community college, and that was the worst thing ever. Like that made me hate life. Like borderline suicidal. I just can't stand like.
After only a short time, he decided to stop going to school and made preparations to leave his family's house. His mother first was opposed to his YouTube dreams, but like most others soon understand that Jimmy was onto something and he was running a business.
Like on the phone, just double the money. I promise the video will go viral and I'll give it to homeless friends. I was like, $10,000 just looks better in a title. It'll get more views. I promise your app will do better. And I ended up getting $10,000 and then gave it away. And my mom's like, why don't you just give away $8,000?
The absence of proper equipment was the second obstacle he had to overcome. He recorded his first video using gear he pieced together from wherever he can get it.
When I used to make like $1 a day, I saved up for months and I bought a microphone, way worse than this microphone. And then I saved up for like half a year and I bought a computer. I the whole time I was like recording on my iPhone. So I was recording and editing on my iPhone. When I was a young teenager, I was getting no views, had no money, had no equipment. And so for the most part, it was just like, I was just trying to scrounge money so I could buy equipment because I was using my brother's old laptop. And so like my first couple hundred videos, I didn't have a microphone. Like imagine just like crackly, terrible voice.
When his YouTube channel started making money, he finally started investing in high-end gear. MrBeast is famous for not spending his wealth mainly on luxury goods or expensive items for himself, but rather for helping others.
Like I can make videos where I don't help people, or I can make videos where I do, and this one's a little bit more fun. Like that's literally it. And like that's so inconceivable to people that they just don't believe it.
Because we're all jaded, man.
Yeah.
The internet has ruined how we perceive the world, dude.
But MrBeast's success isn't down to his mind-blowing material. There's a strategy behind it. Jimmy has been studying YouTube's algorithm for years, building and maintaining a devoted audience from the platform. With a keen eye for detail and an uncompromising commitment to his audience, he delves into the stats, analyzing everything about his videos. Jimmy's skills as a video producer and as a businessman lies in his work ethic and attention to detail, which is ultimately what makes his work so effective.
Like I would call it like the Andrew Tate model. Like he just went on a bunch of podcasts and the clips just went super viral on TikTok. And like the more you do, kind of just clicked in my head like 2 weeks ago. Like if you just go on a bunch of podcasts, people just post them on TikTok, and you'll just get tons of views for no effort.
That, however, is only the beginning of what can be learned from this inspirational story.
I mean, when you really boil it down to the people who are watching, just think about it. Like what do you think YouTube wants? Like to me, I think YouTube just wants people to click on a video and watch it, right?
Jimmy used to spend many hours on Skype with other aspiring producers in the early stages of his YouTube career. They banded together to establish what they called themselves the Daily Masterminds, and they were very close.
We would just call it like daily masterminds. We would just get on Skype every morning, and like some days like I'd get on Skype at 7 a.m. and I'd be in the call until like 10 p.m. and then I'd go to bed, I'd wake up and I'd do it again.
They worked from the early hours of the morning till late at night on video analysis, discussing ideas, and discussing the most popular YouTube channels. Jimmy's growth as an artist and his ability to understand his rapidly expanding fan base were both fueled by these vital group calls.
Like my friend group, when I was like, I met a bunch of people when I had 10,000 subscribers, and we all we agreed not to drink, we didn't do drugs, like we didn't date, we didn't do anything. We just literally obsessed from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed. That's literally all we did.
So what is his ultimate goal? Well, he plans to create the best possible videos and reward his team for their hard work. It's all about creating a workplace culture that focuses on passion, dedication, and making every video an event to remember.
I want to make the best videos possible. A culture that helps get that, and hopefully one day, as we build up other companies and things go well, like make tons of money, and everyone who helps me get there, I just want to make them rich as hell, to be honest.
But how does MrBeast keep things fresh, especially for longer videos that span more than 10 minutes? Well, the answer lies in a clever storytelling technique. MrBeast's brilliance is in his ability to spin tales that hold listeners' attention from the beginning to the end. He doesn't rely on a single plotline to carry the video entirely, but rather intriguing subplots that keep the viewers engaged and on the edge of their seats. MrBeast's video have a great element of surprise thanks to the unexpected plot twists that pop up all the time.
So typically, if you're doing a longer video, you should introduce like a side story and you should have some plan halfway through, like to re-engage them so they don't just get bored. You know what I mean? Like if I just said, like if I hand you a camera and I had a camera, it's like, okay, if he tags me, he gets 100 grand.
I think it goes without saying that MrBeast is constantly pushing the boundaries of what was thought to be possible, which prompted him to develop innovative hybrid formats.
Entertaining, like there's an audience for everything. You got a good personality, you're passionate, and like, you know, you present it in a way where it's entertaining. Like people will watch it. I'll watch anything at this point. We're all messed up in the head.
MrBeast has spent thousands of hours working on hundreds of videos, many of which tanked in his early career. Building a solid connection with your audience requires patience and honest self-evaluation, and it's important to take risks and attempt new things if you want to stand out from the crowd. However, this would hardly set him apart. Using his generous nature to his advantage, he donated outrageous amounts during streams and advertised for free on other channels. He and his pals pulled off a free commercial for the most popular YouTuber of the time during the Super Bowl of 2019. Another thing he understood is that kindness works. MrBeast gives away absurd quantities of money and presents in an effort to improve people's lives, so they're never tired of him. His video, "I ordered a pizza and tipped a house," is a good example, and it's exactly as it sounds. The first pizza delivery guy they called was offered a new house. People will be drawn to you if you focus on others as much as you do on yourself.
I didn't have as much money. If I saw a homeless person, I would, you know, open my wallet and give them almost all the money I had. It's just fun, you know, because then you see the reaction, their face light up, stuff like that. And so it kind of was just something I always enjoyed, because there are so much easier ways to get views back.
But Jimmy has bigger plans than just YouTube. In 2013, he established the groundwork for MrBeast Burger, an innovative restaurant franchise that places a premium on online ordering and delivery. The first physical location of his revolutionary idea opened in the historic American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey last September. More than 10,000 fans showed up for the grand opening, with some even camping out the night before to guarantee themselves a position in the MrBeast experience. It's a measure of the power of MrBeast's designs that they managed to entice people back to the mall in droves despite the rise of online shopping. MrBeast's unique selling proposition is the ability to produce spectacular events that people can't wait to be a part of.
This is the most expensive mystery box in the world. And I also bought a...
His ever-expanding fan base has responded with unprecedented devotion to his food companies. Jimmy, in an effort to provide customers with exciting and new options, introduced Feastables, a brand of healthy snack foods. Jim Murray, president of RX Bar and now CEO of Feastables, was a natural fit as a business partner. Murray joined Feastables because Jimmy has a unique ability to create items that are loved by their target market, and his first impressions were absolutely correct. After launching Feastables.com, more than 1 million chocolate bars sold out in just 3 days. The company's initial success drove it to broaden its distribution, and now you can find Feastables in every Walmart store in the country.
Like I could go stand in basically like any Walmart in America, and a bunch of people ask for photos. And so if you have a product in there, those same people just buy the product.
Not only does Jimmy's marketing genius contribute to his financial success, but so does his undying devotion to his massive fan base.
People buying because they like the idea of the chocolate bar or because they like you?
I think the first one's because of me, and then repeats because I like the chocolate bar.
Right.
That's how like same.
They are good, actually. You sent me a bunch of them.
Yeah, I like them.
He uses unconventional, boundary-pushing creative ideas that gain interest in new items, increases sales, and forge deeper ties with consumers and businesses. To advertise Feastables, Jimmy showed footage of himself unwrapping the chocolate bars and urged his followers to do the same. Anyone who bought a Feastables chocolate bar was entered in a sweepstakes for some truly incredible prizes, such as Tesla automobiles, Sea-Doo watercrafts, and an endless supply of chocolate. The fun, however, didn't end there. Inspired by the classic children's book Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, MrBeast invited 10 lucky winners to compete for a trip to visit his chocolate factory.
I recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in real life. And one of these 10 people is gonna walk away with this chocolate factory. In we go.
Jimmy's YouTube channel has the full video of the entire wacky adventure. Wearing a magnificent purple velvet suit, MrBeast played the character of Willy Wonka, leading the players through a series of obstacles in a magical setting reminiscent of the Wonka's factory. There was chocolate waterfalls and life-size lollipops, among other attention-grabbing marketing features at the Feastables plant.
Obviously, you can't have a chocolate factory without offices to manage it. No one in here. Let's go this way.
Surely nobody's hiding in here.
The meteoric rise of Feastables brand can be directly attributed to Jimmy and his unique content-focused approach to advertising. According to Business Insider, Feastables had already made $10 million in sales by May of 2022. And think about it now, it's June 2023, so imagine how much more that has increased. Jimmy is a prime example of someone who knew the values of his own name. Similar to traditional A-list celebrities, creators have a sizable fan base that can function as an instantaneous customer base. Traditional companies may only hope to achieve the level of seamless integration between a creator's passions and their content that is possible with creator-made goods. By the year 2021, MrBeast had amassed 53 million subscribers on YouTube. He also admitted that he is so dedicated to video perfection that he has already discarded at least 3 videos this year that cost him over $100,000. Forbes originally recognized MrBeast as YouTube's highest paid star in January 2022. MrBeast currently has over 150 million subscribers on YouTube, putting him in the top channels on YouTube, just period. MrBeast announced in September 2022 that he had been offered $1 billion for his content empire, but he had declined the offer. In October last year, MrBeast started meeting with investors in an effort to raise $150 million at a $1.5 billion value for his YouTube and business.
Tipped a homeless man 10 grand, and then, gave away cars, gave away houses, and last hand take hand off $1 million keeps it, and basically the entire time. So for the last 8 or 9 years, every dollar I've made, I just spent it the next month on content. And
MrBeast's Team Trees project was one of his most well-known charity drives, with the goal of stopping deforestation and helping build a better world. MrBeast collaborated with the Arbor Day Foundation to get his audience and fellow YouTubers to help plant 20 million trees around the world. He worked tirelessly and was able to generate almost $22 million, demonstrating that when people work together, they can change the world.
Today, we will be planting 20 million trees, and we put them in the hole. Now we need mulch. Put the mulch around the tree, and we hydrate it. And there we go.
MrBeast's dedication to assisting the homeless is another admirable endeavor he spearheaded. In one of his most inspiring videos, he set out on a mission to help the homeless find safe haven, helpful resources, and potentially life-altering experiences. Not only did he help them out immediately by supplying them with food, clothing, and other necessities, but he also went above and beyond by assisting them in finding stable employment. Because of this selfless deed, many more people are now willing to aid others in need.
What we're gonna do today is we're gonna call homeless shelters, get a list of things they need, go to the store, buy it, and deliver it to them.
And this is what?
That's brand new towels.
Woo! And these are towels?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
I tell you what, put them right there.
Today, MrBeast's team includes Chris Tyson, Carl Jacobs, Chandler Hallow, Nolan Hansen, and Tariq.
so, here you go.
Tariq,
So this is my cameraman, Tariq. So
Tariq, welcome.
He also oversees over 100 employees, including his devoted mother and stepfather. They spend up to 16 hours a day at the MrBeast studio in Greenville, North Carolina, coming up with innovative ideas, building elaborate sets, filming engaging scenes, and editing marvelous films.
I just bought this brand new studio and 100 acres of land around it.
this is where we're filming all our videos going, not all, but all our indoor shoots going forward.
It seems like MrBeast was born with a need to make the most mind-blowing videos possible. They just keep going, even if it's hard, because they're all committed to being the best that they can be, and they have the backing of true believers.
I get to do cool shit, which is what I think is winning. Buying a mansion isn't winning. Finding a job you love and doing it over the course of decades is winning. Waking up every day happy to do what you love.
I love That's true. There is a well-known phrase.
Comment down below if MrBeast has ever inspired you to change your life in any kind of way.
If you wake up and every day you obsess over something and you live and breathe it, and that's what you think about, that's what you do, that's what you study on and off, that's what you stay up every night grinding, and no one else even gives a flying about it, it's you just feel like a weirdo, like an outcast.
But that's all the time that we have for today, folks. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to tell us which MrBeast video is your favorite in the comments below. Personally, I like the Squid Games one. And before you go, make sure you hit the bell icon to remain updated on all our future videos. We'll see you at the next Money Talk.